Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Cam Newton and the New England Patriots taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The
Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
13 yards. First down, Raiders.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Flushed out right. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Patriots offense led by number 1, their new quarterback for 2020. That, of course, Cam Newton.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
They'll run for the first time now with James White. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
From the gun, here's Newton. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Sliding out of the pocket. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
A 4-yard loss. It's fourth down.
Now the second-year punter, Jake Bailey, on for New England, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolutely perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders. And it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago. 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000-yard barrier. And this kid is a workhorse who can carry the football in any situation and catch it out of the backfield.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 5 carries, 52 yards.
So, partner, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brought down by John Simon. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches. That's the end of the first quarter.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man, it's Williams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
Nice catch up by Tyrell Williams to get off to a hot start. Heck, I'd call it a blazing start in 2019, scoring a touchdown each of his first 5 games. And he has history as a big-time receiver as well. 1,000 yards receiving for the Chargers back in 2016.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And it's second down. To throw again. Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 the score as they regroup with first and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
7-yard line.
On first down, it's Newton. Slant route, caught by Edelman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
At the 36-yard line.
Newton on first down. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders have recovered.
Derek Carr sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by
the defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Raiders.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll throw with Carr. Rolling to his right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Carr, eluding the pressure right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr, as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? The second down attempt there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before the break, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Auden Tate, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. From way up at the 23. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Connects with Sanu right side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Newton on first down. That's caught by Hollister. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
A loose throw here taken in by Sanu. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. A shotgun snap for Newton. Over the middle, Julian Edelman is complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
15-yard line.
On second down now. It's White, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Running out of the gun with White, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Tyrell Williams and the Raiders back on offense. And he's racking up the yardage. You see the catches. And defensively, what do you do here to stop a guy like this?
You keep trying to change things up because nothing is really working. Whether you have a man on him, 2 people, you're showing different types of zone defenses combined with man-to-man coverages. Try and change things up and eventually get to the point where maybe you put enough people on him, they won't throw the ball to him anymore.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs.
Whoosh.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there.
2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. On first down, Newton. And the Raiders have got him. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called. And the pressure gets to him again. Corey Littleton. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
So now after the sack, Cam of the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long.
Operating from the gun. Newton. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
The 2nd-year man, Max Crosby, the one who brought him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, he'll try and run it. Big hold of the Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go jet sweep here with Williams. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him. But how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Patriots ready to get the football back.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To throw again on second down. Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got Sanu. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Throwing again on second down. Newton forced out to his left. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
From the gun, Newton throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. it's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Newton. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
By the Raiders. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Las Vegas, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills.